Okay, Chris Richardson here again on my fourth video, and I'm going to be reiterating what we talked about on our last video. And we talked about the C scale, of course, and the inversions, which is the C scale being C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. And we also talked about how it was the inverted chords, like the C here, of course, and that's C again, and then back to the original regular tri-C, which is this. Because understand, this C is exactly as this C right here. And of course the C chord again is a C, E, and G. There's this C and this E and this G, of course, again, and this C, this E, and that G. And these are called inversions. And these are pretty good later on once you learn them quickly, because you can play what they call arpeggios. And once you play them like quickly and hold down the sustain pedal, it'll get a sustaining sound altogether, which sounds something like this. So that'll help you in the long run. Reason I wanted to show you like these patterns, like the 1, 4, and 5, because like I said, the number system is going to help you in any key. Whatever key you're playing is always going to be the same number system that applies. Versus saying if you're in C, go to the F. You know, you can say go from 1 to the 4. So if you're in C and you say go to 4, you know that's the F, which is the fourth note in the C scale, which is C, D, E, F. Okay. I also talked about last time about going to the 3, which is what would be the E. So if you got the C scale, which is 1, 2, and 3, well, this is the E note, so that'll tell you that's the E chord that you need to play. Now, how you play that is basically just simply bring your thumb back 1/2 step, so that'll be the E minor chord, inverted E minor chord. Okay, so it's basically just going from here to here. Now when you go into that 6, what you do is your pinky, you go up the whole step. What I like to do is switch my finger here because it's more comfortable. So basically what I'm doing is essentially moving my pinky up like this and just switching fingers like that. So that's an A minor chord, and your pinky determines what chord that is because you got the space here between these fingers. Now, if you got the F chord right here and the space is right here, the middle finger tells you what chord you're playing. So in this instance, that's an F chord. When you're playing this chord right here, that's an A minor chord, because this pinky tells you what you're playing, so it's an A minor chord. Now this is really important because so many songs are going to apply just to this simple pattern here. So we talked about the 1, the 4, which is the F chord, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is the F chord, and the middle finger that determines what that is on that one, and then back to the regular C, which your thumb tells you what the chord that is. When you go to that G, which is 5, okay, your pinky tells you what that is, because in this instance you got the G chord, and G chord is G, B, and D, right? So if you're going to C from G, you got the G, this B, and this D. Instead of going like this, you're going, it's more easier. That's why it's easier to play chords, and that's why you see musicians, they're able to play quickly, because they're able to do these different inversions. Now these are very, very important because so many songs are going to be played, and I'll show you an example of that. And again, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. So if I'm here, you go to 2, that's 2. So this is C, and that's a D. Okay? So if you're in C, you go to 2, what you do is just come up your whole hand like this, bring up your whole hand. From C to D. If you want to go to E in that chord, you can bring your whole hand up like that. And you can go to F and do the same thing. You go to G and do the same thing, and go back to C if you like to do it that way. But when you're playing quickly, if you're going from 1 to 2, you have to move your whole hand up like this. because anytime a second or a sequence number follows a number, like 2 follows 1, so that means you got to go up a whole step. Okay. But if you're in 1, you go to 4. Only thing you have to do is this right here. If you're in 1, you go to 5. You just leave your pinky, your other 2 fingers go back like that. So here's the deal. Like on some of these songs, like the song like "People Get Ready." This is an older song. I know Rod Stewart done it. But basically, in the key of C, what you're doing, I'm going to play the chorus and call out the chorus as well as the number. So it's basically like it's C, which is 1, then A minor, which is 6, then F, which is 4, then C, which is 1, A minor, which is 6, that's E minor, which is 3, that's the F chord, which is 4, then 1, which is C again. So the song is like, people get ready, there's a train coming, you don't need no baggage, let's get on board. So just those simple chords that I taught you and showed you in number style, as well as the name of the chords, are going to help you in any key. That's why the number system is so important, because it's going to apply in any key, not just in key of C. It's going to apply in all keys. Only thing you got to do is practice the scales in the other keys that you're playing in. Now keep in mind, C scale is the only key that you're playing that's all white notes. All the other scales are going to be at least 1 black note. Now I'll just play "People Get Ready." Like this song, John Mayer's song, "Waiting on the World to Change," is basically like keep on waiting, 6, 4, then 1. Then it goes back into the 5, G, 6, 4, which is F, 1. Now I'm gonna do it slower this time. Keep on waiting, which is C, okay, which is 1. The A minor, which is 6. The F chord, which is 4, the 1 chord, which is C. Okay, keep on. 5, which is G. Just because the pinky tells you what it is. A minor, which is the pinky tells you what that is. Then the F chord, which is 4, and this tells you what that is, the middle finger. So that's "Waiting on the World to Change." And just those simple chords, like Paul McCartney's "Let It Be" is like 1, 5, 6, 4, 1, 5, 4, 4, 1, 1, C, G, A minor, F, C, G, back to C. And so you can see how important it is just to learn the pattern. So don't be frustrated with playing a lot of intricate little things, especially like in the intro, because you'd be so busy trying to figure out what note to play instead of figuring out the basic chord they're playing in. Most of the times when you're playing a chord and you're playing that chord, the melody is going to follow that chord. So a lot of times you're playing the melody within that chord. So you don't have to worry about plucking it finger by finger as much as you are playing a chord and then playing the intricate details with that. And again, this is a C chord. The F chord, always practice that when you sit down. Always go like C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So you can get familiar with the keyboard and where all the notes are. And these are sharps and flats right now. We can worry about that a little bit later, but this right here is C again. That's the F, which is the 4. The G is a 5. A is a 6. D is a 2. And E will be the 3. This is a pretty good lesson here. But what I'll do is end this video right now, and we would come back and do some more stuff. Leave you with these arpeggios.